As I sit in the quiet stillness of the desert, the warmth of the sun upon my skin, and the cool breath of the wind whispering across the sand, I find myself contemplating the question of questions. What happens when we die? Join me as I uncover the journey of life, death, and what lies beyond. For we, the Navajo, have walked this earth for generations, guided by the teachings of our ancestors, the stars, the animals, and the forces of nature. The Navajo worldview is one of profound interconnectedness. Everything is part of the great web of existence: animals, plants, humans, the earth, the stars, and the elements themselves. This interconnectedness is the essence of Hojo, the concept of balance, harmony, and beauty. To live a life that honors Hojo is to live in harmony with the world around us, to understand our place in the universe, and to act with reverence for all living beings. The Navajo believe that death is an extension of this same harmony. It is not an ending, but a transition, a passage that, if navigated properly, allows the spirit to return to the world of the stars, where it may continue its journey. Do you understand the power of balance in your own life? Do you see death not as an adversary, but as an essential part of this delicate equilibrium? When death comes, the body may fall away, but the spirit lives on. The Hojhuji, the spirit that once animated the body, is said to leave the physical world and begin its journey to the afterlife. But where does it go? What awaits it on its path? To answer this, we must first understand that in our culture, there is no singular, fixed destination for the soul. It is not a simple matter of ascending or descending, nor of entering a place of eternal rest. Instead, the soul must journey through a series of trials, difficult and challenging, yes, but ultimately necessary for the soul's growth and purification. Our elders speak of the path of the dead, a journey through the land of spirits, a world that exists in parallel to ours, but is hidden from our eyes. Here, the spirit will encounter many challenges, and it must prove itself worthy to continue its journey. The dead must travel through a vast, shadowy desert, where they will face tests of their character, tests that include overcoming fear, regret, and the desires that once bound them to the physical world. How many of us in life have feared the unknown, feared what might come after we close our eyes for the last time? Yet the truth is, the fear is but a shadow, a distraction from the peace that awaits us when we learn to embrace the journey. As the spirit embarks on this journey, the living have a role to play as well. The rituals that we perform in the wake of death are not merely customs, they are crucial acts that assist the spirit on its path. For us, the rituals of death are deeply sacred, and they are performed by the medicine people, wise healers, and spiritual leaders who possess the knowledge to guide the dead and their families through the process. It is they who ensure that the soul is properly prepared for the journey, and that the living are not left in a state of imbalance after the passing of their loved one. One of the most important rites is the sacred cleansing ceremony, which is performed to rid the home and the spirit of any lingering negative energy or confusion. These ceremonies are carried out with great care, for the spirits must not be disturbed or confused as they begin their passage into the spirit world. In many ways, the act of cleansing is also an act of healing for those of us who remain behind, ensuring that we are not weighed down by the sorrow or fear that death may bring. Does this resonate with you? The idea that the rituals we perform can help guide the spirit along its journey. In our culture, we do not fear death. We fear the chaos of a spirit lost and wandering, unable to find its way to the peace of the afterlife. There is also a sacred understanding in our culture about the power of names. In the Navajo worldview, names are not just labels. They are powerful vibrations that resonate with the spirit. After a person dies, we do not speak their name lightly. It is a taboo to utter the name of the deceased, for doing so can disturb the delicate balance between the world of the living and the world of the dead. The name, once spoken, may call the spirit back, preventing it from finding its way to the afterlife. We believe that the spirit of the deceased must travel far from the world of the living to enter the spirit realm, and that the name must not be used to keep them tied to this world. Have you ever considered how the names we speak have power, how they shape our identity and influence the path we walk? In death, it is no different. The name of the deceased must be honored with silence to allow them to cross the boundary into the spirit world, free from earthly ties. When the spirit has passed through the trials of the journey, it is said to arrive at the land of the dead, a sacred place of beauty and serenity. Here, the spirit is said to meet the great spiritual beings, ancestors and celestial beings who dwell in the stars. In this place, the soul finds peace and rest, but this peace is not a final rest. It is a place of learning, of reflection, where the soul is purified and reborn. For the Navajo, the stars are not distant points of light. They are the homes of the ancestors and the gods. The journey through the afterlife brings the spirit closer to the Creator, to Diin Dine'e, who watches over all of us. What do you think lies beyond this life? Do you believe the stars hold the key to understanding the mysteries of the universe? The Navajo belief in the afterlife is not one of finality. It is not a place of judgment or punishment, but a place of continual growth and purification. When the soul is ready, it may choose to return, to be reborn into the world of the living once more, continuing its journey in an endless cycle of life, death, and renewal. In this way, life and death are intertwined, inseparable, like the dance of the sun and moon across the sky. As I ponder these mysteries, I understand that death is not something to be feared. It is part of the natural flow of life, a passage that must be made with reverence and respect. In our tradition, we do not see death as an enemy, but as a sacred rite, a necessary part of the great cosmic cycle. Death is not a final end, but a return to the stars, a reunion with the spirits of our ancestors. Is this not the greatest gift we could ask for? To know that death is not an end, but a continuation, a return to the harmony of the cosmos. To walk the path of death is to honor life itself, to acknowledge the impermanence of all things, and to embrace the beauty that lies in the balance between them. In the end, when our time comes, we must let go of our fear, for we will be carried on the winds, guided by the stars, and reborn again in the eternal dance of creation and destruction. And so I ask you, my friend, will you walk with me, not in fear, but in reverence, as we journey together through this life and the next?